All right, everybody. So we've got another word of the day for you. So this is probably the most important word of the day. The most important word of the day, whether it's in everyday life, relationships, the law, my industry, which is this is a very, very important word in my industry. So we're going to go for it now. The word consent. I would hope most of you guys know what that word means, but if you don't, I am here to tell you a little bit about consent and what it means. So consent is a clear, voluntary, and informed agreement to do something or allow something to happen. It must be without pressure, it must be without manipulation, and it must be without coercion, meaning if somebody says no, that doesn't mean you're like, oh, are you sure? Or like pressuring them to switch their answer. Consent is consent. No means no. Yes means yes. If you feel like you have to have a bigger discussion about it, which is always recommended, have that discussion to figure out what that consent or that boundary is. So let's go into a little bit more. So examples of consent in relationships. Consent means mutual agreement and respect for others' boundaries. So that is in relationships. In law, consent protects the rights and ensures actions to be ethical and valid. In everyday life, it's pretty much asking a question and respecting the answer. So if you ask like, oh, can I take a picture of you? And somebody says no, respect that answer. That is their consent. They are revoking consent. They do not consent to you taking a picture. So let me leave you with this. Consent isn't just a yes or no. It's an ongoing conversation. Pretty much respecting consent is respecting somebody's autonomy, power, and humanity. So make sure you always respect people's consent. If they do not consent to something or they do not feel comfortable with something, you do not have the right to do whatever they do not feel comfortable with. So consent is very huge in my actual industry. So it is something that I love to share with people because the reality of it is people do not really know what that word means, and it's a very important word. So I hope you guys learned a little bit more about what consent means and how to get proper consent. Because like I said, consent is not pressuring somebody and trying to get a different answer out of them if they say no. Consent is no means no, yes is yes, and that's that. So if you guys want to know a little bit more about this word, let me know and I can go into it a little bit more with you guys. But for the most part, consent is what I just described. All right, guys, let me know what other words you guys would like me to do as far as word of the day goes. I have a lot in mind. So I probably don't need a lot of suggestions, but I would love some if you guys have any. So I will see you guys at the next word of the day. I hope you learned some things because consent is important in every single day life. So practice it. Honor it. It's a big deal.